Good morning. Good morning, and welcome to my word for the day. I'm Lee Watson, business advisor, adventurer, and guy who's still learning a lot of stuff every day. So I came in this morning and picked my word for the day randomly from this deck of virtues cards. These are cards that are meaningful, thoughtful, universal words. It's always good to see them. So I randomly picked a card today. And by the way, the Virtues Project is the organization that produces these cards, and I'm very thankful to them for producing them and for their mission to teach virtues around the world. I mean, they're in over 100 countries, and they've been doing this for over 30 years. So I'm thankful for the Virtues Project. They do a lot of good work. I'm also thankful for all of our other sponsors and for the people who watch this. If you're one of those people who watches this from time to time, awesome. Thank you so much. If you're one of the people who supports the show by being a sponsor, that's awesome too. We thank you for that. So if you're here watching the replay, which is what most people do because it's 9 o'clock in the morning on a work day, or a weekday anyway, not necessarily a work day for everybody, but if you're watching live or you're watching the replay, I really appreciate it when you send me the little thumbs ups or the hearts, or you share it with others, because that says, gosh, it's meaningful to me. I'd like to share this with somebody else who might benefit from it. And that's a great thing to do. I really appreciate it. Okay, so I randomly picked a card today, and that card is forgiveness. Not always the easiest thing to do, but it can bring so much joy and ease and pleasure and just life to others and to yourself. You know, I don't want to forget about self-forgiveness, because sometimes we're kind of hard on ourselves for the mistakes we make. Excuse me. Okay, let's dive right in. Forgiveness is overlooking mistakes and letting go of resentments. Forgiveness frees us from the needless pain of reliving a hurt over and over. Don't think about it. We sometimes hold on to those hurts for a long, long time because we need to forgive someone else or ourselves. And it really is needless and painful and unnecessarily painful, because we can forgive. We have that ability. Forgiveness doesn't make a wrong choice right. It brings the generosity of spirit to release it. Forgiveness can heal even the most grievous offense. It brings a blessed opportunity for a clean start. Accepting divine forgiveness transforms our hopeless guilt into resolve. Self-forgiveness moves us forward, ready to do things differently, with compassion for ourselves and faith that we can change. And we can change. Forgiveness opens the door of hope. There's a quote on the back of this card from Robert Goddard. He writes, "Resolve to be tender with the young, compassionate with the aged, sympathetic with the striving, and tolerant with the weak and wrong. Sometime in your life, you will have been all of these." Interesting thought. Let's show that forgiveness. Okay, so what does the practice of forgiveness look like? I overlook mistakes, other people's mistakes, my mistakes. I do my best to overlook them whenever I can. Let's see. I forgot to do something. There we go. I free myself from pain and resentment. I'm willing to heal the past. I find it in my heart to give others another chance. Sometimes it's difficult, but giving people another chance usually works out for the better. I use guilt only as a signal for change. Yeah, when we feel that guilt, we know it's time for a little change. I expect I it, I accept divine redemption. I have the power to change for the better. I'm thankful for the gift of forgiveness. It lightens my spirit. Good word for today, forgiveness. It's great to give it. It's great to receive it, and it does make things better for everyone. Okay, well, it's a beautiful day here in Chicagoland. We're in the middle of our summertime and it's warm, it's sunny most of the time. I'm super thankful that we live here in the Midwest where we don't see those wild and crazy temperature and weather extremes so much. I mean, it gets hot here, it gets cold in the winter, but boy, there's a lot of people suffering with fires and droughts and floods and all kinds of things all at the same time. And, if you're a praying person, it would be a good thing to just ask God to settle things a little bit. We can have an effect on climate change, I believe. It takes a long time, though, and it takes a change of habits. And even if climate change wasn't a real thing, I think that's pretty well established. But I know there are people who don't necessarily believe it. They think this is part of a cycle, and in part it is. So, but the thing is, there's a lot of people suffering right now because of extremes. And so keep them in your prayers. Again, if you're a praying person, keep them in your prayers. I thank God every day for my good fortune. The fact that I was born here in the Chicago area. And yeah, I have work to do. I have food. I have water. We have Lake Michigan in our backyard. What a great thing all that is. And most of that I have no I can't give myself any credit for being here when I was born and grew up. So it's just one of those things. Be grateful for what it is that you have and understand that if you're watching this, actually, chances are you're really fortunate. You have a way to do that. You have a phone or a computer or internet, and those are great things to be thankful for. Hmm. Well, today's word, of course, is forgiveness. A great word. Overlooking mistakes. Getting a clean start because you've forgiven someone or yourself. Having compassion for ourselves. Changing. Yeah. All good things. The word is forgiveness. If you want to know more about that, just ask. I love to hear. I love to read your comments, and I appreciate them very much. And my audience is growing, not super fast, but it is growing, and it's because people like you are sharing and mentioning this to others. Every once in a while, I get somebody randomly who just says, "Hey, I like your word for the day." Um, And that's really, really gratifying. Um, I hope it helps. I hope it's part of the solution to some of the darkness in our world. Okay, everybody, do something really nice for somebody else today. And if you have the resources to do something really nice for a whole bunch of people, and I know that some of you do, and you're doing that, thank you so much. You are making the world a little bit brighter. I'm so thankful for you. So today, be that light, be that source of love and peace and joy and hope and forgiveness in the world, because these things will make a difference. They do make a difference right now. There need to be there needs to be a movement, and I think there is a movement for people to be a little bit kinder, um, a little bit more forgiving, a little bit more peaceful and joyful. Be part of that. Be that light. Be that person who people are just attracted to because they feel safe by you, and they feel like you really care about things. Hmm. Okay, well, that's all for today. Thank you for being here. Thank you for joining me. Thank you for spreading the word. And I look forward to seeing you next time. Okay, make this a great day. Bye bye.